Hello student, in this video we are going to learn about the design of gauges. Before studying the design of gauges, we need to study this diagram. It is very important. You can see over here at below the hole is shown. Okay, this is a hollow part of the hole. You can see two limits for the hole. You can see this is the lower limit, this is the upper limit, and here shaft is shown. This is the lower limit of shaft and this is the upper limit of shaft, and you can see this is a center line is drawn over here. It is a basic size line. Now you can see this is a basic size. We can consider this a basic size of hole and shaft. Now we need to calculate the upper deviation and lower deviation for shaft as well as hole. Okay, how will you calculate the upper deviation and lower deviation of shaft? Lower deviation for hole, it is a minimum dimension or minimum distance from the basic size. You can see here this is a lower limit of hole, okay, and this is a basic size line. So distance between or difference between basic size and lower limit of hole is called as a lower deviation. Similarly, the distance between the upper limit of hole and basic size is called as upper deviation for the hole. And you can see this is a minimum size of hole and this is a maximum size. Minimum size is up to the lower limit, maximum size is up to the upper limit. Similarly for the shaft, maximum size of shaft up to the upper limit, minimum size of shaft up to the lower limit. Then if you want to calculate the upper deviation for the hole, now upper deviation, it is a reverse as that of hole. Upper deviation, it is a minimum distance from the basic size. So which is the minimum distance? The upper limit. So upper limit of hole and basic size, distance between these two lines is called as upper deviation, and lower deviation is distance between basic size and lower limit. Or simply you can keep in mind the distance between lower limit and basic size is called as the lower deviation. Distance between upper limit and basic size is called as upper deviation for shaft as well as hole. And what is the fundamental deviation? Fundamental deviation we have seen in the previous slides. How to denote the shaft as well as hole. In that, hole is designated by the capital letter, shaft is denoted by the small letter. So that is called as the upper deviation. Sorry, it is called as the fundamental deviation. So fundamental deviation can be calculated by a formula like this here shown. Which is the fundamental deviation? The distance of lower limit of hole and basic size, that particular distance is called as the fundamental deviation for the hole. And for the shaft, the distance between the upper limit and basic size, that distance is called as the fundamental deviation. That we are going to see how that can be calculated. Now whatever dimensions, whatever the designation we have seen, upper limit, lower deviation, upper deviation, that is defined over here. Definitions are given. You can go through the slides. Now what are the gauges? What is the difference between gauge and instrument? These two things are very different. What is the gauge? Generally the gauge are the inspection tools of without scale. There will not be any marking or there will not be any graduation like that of scale on the gauges. So these are the only inspection tools. These are used to check the dimension of manufactured part. Okay, so gauges will not going to indicate, or they are not going to show the actual dimension. They only show that whether your part is made as per the specification or not. Okay, they are used to determine whether the part is made within the specified limit or not. Whatever tolerance zone is given, in that tolerance zone your part is manufactured or not, that only the gauge is going to indicate. They are not going to indicate the dimensions. Remember, this is a very important thing. So generally this gauge design is depend on the Taylor's principle. What Taylor's principle states, the two types of gauges are there in this Taylor's principle. One is the go gauge and no go gauge. So go gauge is designed to check a maximum metal condition, or it is also called as the lower limit of hole and upper limit of shaft. Okay, you can see here, this is a hole is shown here, tolerance zone of hole is shown. Now this is a go gauge. Go gauge means if gauge is going inside the hole, then your hole is made with actual dimension. If go gauge is not going inside the hole, your hole is not made with actual dimension or specified dimension. So go gauge is used to check a maximum metal condition. Maximum metal condition means here dimension, this is the lower limit of hole. In this case, the material used to manufacture hole is more, so it is called as a maximum metal condition, or it is also used to check the lower limit. This is the lower limit of hole and this is the upper limit. So this go gauge is checking the lower limit of hole. And no go gauge, if you see the on the right hand side, no go gauge is shown. If no go gauge is going inside the hole, means your hole is not manufactured with the actual dimension. And if no go gauge is not going, then your hole is okay. Means go gauge should go inside the hole and no go gauge should not go. So they are called as the go and no go gauge. Similarly, for shaft, you can see over here, go gauge is used to check the upper limit of shaft, and if go gauge is going over the shaft, then your dimension is okay. Otherwise, you have to remanufacture the part. So what is the other condition? Go gauge should check all related dimensions like roundness, size. You have to move this go. You can see this is a shaft diagram is shown. This is a go gauge. You have to move this go gauge from one point to another point, so that it indicate whether your shaft is manufactured with actual roundness or not. So two things you can calculate here, or you can measure here. One is the roundness, that is a geometrical shape you can measure, and whether your part is made with the specified dimension or not, that also can be measured. Now there are different types of gauges which are used according to their purpose. First type is workshop gauge, to check the dimension after the manufacturing. That particular gauge are called as a workshop gauge. Generally they are used by the operator during manufacturing. Second, inspection gauge is there, to check the part before final acceptance. Generally the inspector who is doing measurement in quality control department, he is using that inspection gauge. Then purchase inspection gauge are there, to check the parts of other factory which we are purchasing for assembly purpose or any other purpose. And then the reference or master gauge, to check whatever gauges we are using, to check that particular gauge, one more master gauge is there. So that is called as a reference gauge. Now you can see over here, first type is go gauge is shown here. One side is go, another side is no go. So this side should go inside the hole, another side should not go, so that you can check your hole dimension. Snap gauge or ring gauges are there. First type plug gauges are generally used to check the hole only. Second type snap or ring gauges, one side is go, another side is no go. Generally it is used to check the shaft dimension. Shaft is solid one, so this outside part should touch the shaft circumference, so you can see that whether it is going or not going. One side is go, another side is no go. Second is ring gauges. It is also used to check the shaft. It is written here 25H7. So 25 is the basic size, H is the grade for the shaft, that is the fundamental deviation, and 7 is the grade, IT grade. So you can see it is a go gauge, and no go gauge is different one. Next is you can see taper gauges are there. Okay, so this is a solid part, so it is used to check hole, and this is a hollow part, so it is checking for the shaft. So it is a taper one. So if you want to check the taper of hole or shaft, then it can be used. Then screw thread gauges are there, to check the threads of the screw. Screw thread gauges are there. You can see here go side is there, no go side is there. Ring gauges we have seen. Then screw pitch gauge, you can see here 14 is written, means pitch of this thread is 14. So like that different strips are there like this 14 number, 15, 16, 17. So from that we can check the screw pitch. Radius gauges are there, fillet gauges are there to check the radius and fillet on the parts which are provided. Then filler gauges are there to check the clearance between some parts. You can use the filler gauge. The strips are having different thicknesses. You can combine that particular thickness and you can check the clearance between the two components. Okay, the function of each gauge is shown over here. This is how the gauge we have to study. So thank you.